Hi, Kaylee. I can see John Stremmel is on here as well. I think he has some questions on AI touch. I have another meeting that I have to hop on that's also going on at 11. So I made you the host.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much. All right, awesome. Hey, John, I see you are on. Basically what I am planning on doing here is just go over a couple things, but since it's just you and I right now, do you have any specific questions for me that I can go over for you?
Did you see the farm I sent you?
I did not. Let me see. When did you send that over?
Last Friday, I believe it was.
Let's see. Do you know which email you sent it to?
Oh, gosh. Hold on 1 second, Story.
Take your time.
It was on my Gmail account, and it was sent. I've got one out on October 28th.
Which email address did you send it to?
And 27th. Story. Happy Grasshopper Story at happygrasshopper.com.
Sorry. Okay, let me check her inbox.
Who is this? I thought this was Story.
Oh no, it's Kaylee. It's Kaylee.
Okay.
But I work with Story every day. So let me check. I can hop into her inbox real quick. And
She said, Lauren said the Story was going to be on this.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's Story and I are the success coaches over here. So
super. I got an appointment with her tomorrow.
Gotcha. Okay, nice. How do I spell your last name? I can search her inbox real quick.
Stremel.
Got it.
John.
There we go. Okay, so I see it looks like she wrote back. So on the first email, she just wrote back, would you like these contacts to be tagged as farm, or is there a better tag to use? And then it looks like she said the same thing on the other one. So did you want all of those contacts to be tagged as farm or something else?
On the top of the contacts was listed specifically. One was set up with 1,000 units that was owner occupied, and the second one was set up as non-owner occupied. And it has owner occupied East Costa Mesa. Hold on 1 second. I got to move the car here.
No worries.
Do you want to drive? I'm kind of in the middle of a Zoom.
Sure. All right, John, I'm just opening up the exports you sent over so I can take a look.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I had a confusing process because I sent 3 of them. One was the initial farm that was prepared by the title company that defined specifically owner occupied, non-owner occupied. And the third one I sent probably over the weekend or trying to figure out when it was. Last week was supposedly with everything inclusive that had phone numbers and emails and that kind of stuff on it.
Got it. Let me take
the first 2 didn't have that.
Drive safely. Let me open this one too. Okay, here I see where it says Site City, Costa Mesa.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, let me see what else we've got on here.
So if the one that has everything on it has everything on it, it's got the emails and the phone numbers on the far and right of the spreadsheet. The other 2 don't have that, but they're broken down in the format that I wanted when they did the spread for the phone numbers and emails. I think they accumulated both.
Perfect. Yeah, okay. I see them here. So for the spreadsheet that just has everything on it, do you want me to go ahead and tag those as just like Costa Mesa, or are there any specific other things on that you would want?
If you could look at that and let me know that it is inclusive of both of those other earlier ones I sent. Because I
Um,
wasn't able to pull that apart and be able to make sure that that was done that way.
Gotcha. So I'm not able to tell that just right off the bat. That would take some kind of manipulating, which we can definitely do. I just can't easily tell you quickly.
Why don't you take
They-
why don't you take your time to do that? And then when
Yeah.
I get to Story tomorrow, that'd be great. And we're through that process because she was out of the office, correct?
Right. So, okay, perfect. So, basically you just want to know if this spreadsheet has the other two, like everyone that's on the other spreadsheets, are included, right?
Correct. And if it does, then I need to know that we have a format being able to separate the two so I can use the spreadsheet to send out different emails as far as
Breaking up a
Got it?
little bit. Can you hear me okay?
yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Would you mind just repeating that last part again? It just kind of cut out.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that that one that has all the numbers and things in it, phone numbers and emails, is functional, that I can go ahead and have you guys do separate spreads of those earlier ones that I gave you. So somehow if it has everything in it, how do we separate it? So I know that we can go ahead and send to people that have different addresses other than Citus address.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so we should be able to do that. I am just gonna make a note here and then we can get those uploaded for you, and then Story can chat about it with you tomorrow as well.
You're the best. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
I hate to leave you with nobody.
That's okay. It's
Okay.
totally fine. All right. Thanks, John.
You have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and just walk through some things just in case there's anyone watching this recording. Main thing that I wanted to go through today was just kind of contact uploading, just because I know that can sometimes be a pain point for people. So I am going to go ahead and pull up a sample contact spreadsheet, and we're going to walk through how the bulk uploader tool works inside your AI Touch account. So let me go ahead and pull that up on my screen, and then I will share that and we will take a look. So let me open this guy up. And then, sorry, my screen just went away to Zoom. I have to go through my other my other spreadsheets to find it. Bear with me. All right, there we go. Let me open this up so you can see all of this at once. And then we will share the screen. Okay, so I am inside AI Touch right now. I'm actually going to hop into my account just so it's a little bit easier to kind of go through. Oops, I'm still in Cynthia's account. So let me log over back into mine. All right, so first things first are the actual spreadsheet. That's what I want to kind of go over here. So if you have a list of contacts and you are looking to upload them into your account, it's definitely easy to do if you have a spreadsheet. So the way that they need to be uploaded is via CSV file. I have it open in Excel first just because I find it personally a little bit easier to manipulate, but total personal preference there. At the end, I'm just going to export it as a CSV so that I can load it in. But how this works is these are the different fields that I have set up to load into the account. You can do more than this, you can do less than this, but this is just kind of the standard of what I like to show. The only required field to create a contact is the email. So as long as you have an email, you would be able to upload the list. If you have some people without, a phone number, that's totally fine. As long as you got that email, you're good to go. So kind of walking through how, if you had all this info, how it would need to be set up. First name and last name do need to be in separate columns. So if you have those combined in one, you're just going to want to separate those out to first and last. Email, there can only be one email per contact. So if you've got more than one, you're just going to want to choose the primary one there. Phone number, you're going to put here. For an address, you're going to want to have it split into street, city, state, zip, country. Country code, that is just required for if you want to send out any of the handwritten cards from the system. It just requires that country code. So you'll just want to put in that. Tag, if you have any tags that you want to add in, just so you can easily kind of flip through your contacts and see who's who, you can put them here. And you can even do more than one per contact if you want. You just need to separate them by a comma. So you can see this person here would have 2 tags. One would be friend and the other is open house. Audience. This is a broader way that we categorize people with inside your account. Tags, you can have lots and lots of tags, whatever you want them to be. Audience, there's just going to be 3, which is lead, sphere, and past client. So if you want to go ahead and group people into those broader groups, you can do that here. Then we've got date of birth in here so that if you want to automate birthday messages, you can. You would just want to have their birthday. And then transaction date. So if you want to put in their home anniversary, you can put that there, and you can also automate those messages too. All right. Now, something I want to point out, because there's actually something on this spreadsheet that is wrong, and this is a super common mistake, so I'm actually glad it's here. So in the audience column, you'll see it's written lead, sphere, past client. In order for the system to recognize which of those audiences a contact should load into, it needs to be written exactly the same as it is inside AI Touch. So what I like to do, just to make sure that that is the case, is scroll down and go to the audiences section. And you'll see the names here. So sphere, leads, past clients. So you'll see the difference is we have these as singular. So we, rather than past clients and leads, we just have lead and past client. So if we did that, it wouldn't know where to put these people. So what I usually do is I go into this audiences section and I just copy and paste the correct wording into my spreadsheet. That way we know that, it's exactly the same, with title case and, plural versus singular. I like to just do this just to make sure you are good to go. So I'm just going to copy that in here. Sphere, that was the same. So we're good there. Okay. Now with that being said, this now looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click File. I'm going to do Save As, and I'm just going to save it as a CSV file. So we're going to do that. I'll just save it to my desktop and I'll replace it. Okay. Now from here, you're going to go back into your account and you are going to go up a little bit, or I'm sorry, not very much, just up a little bit to contacts. Now you're going to be taken to this page and you're going to want to click on this More drop down and then bulk upload. So this is where you're going to be able to bring in any contacts spreadsheets that you already have. So you can either click into this box and upload, or you can click and drag a file that you already have up. So I'm just going to click and drag since I've got it right here. I'm going to drag it in here and click next step. And on this page, this is where you're going to be mapping the fields. So this can sometimes trip people up, so I like to go through this. Basically, how this works is anything up here, this is what category it will be under inside your AI Touch account. So these are our field names. These drop downs are going to be your column headers from the spreadsheet that you uploaded. So our system will go ahead and already do its best to kind of match those up just by reading the file. It's not always perfect, so I always like to go through it and just make sure that everything is matched up properly, and that, if it missed anything, we pull those in. So here it's pulling in that email column. That's great. Phone looks good. Same with first and last name, but you'll notice we get here to date of birth, and right now it's set to ignore this field. So it wasn't able to recognize our date of birth column on our file. And the reason for that is because we have it named DOB in our file. Super common to have just different names for your column headers than we have exactly in our system. So totally fine. You know your own file. So you would just click on this drop down and you would go and find that DOB column. You can also type in here. So if you know the name, you can just start typing it in and it'll pop up. So just going to select that. So gender, we didn't have that on there, so we can leave that as ignore. We did have transaction date though. So let's go ahead and find that. Yep, so we'll click on that. Just didn't pick that one up for the upload. So we're going to do that. And then does this upload contain address field? It does. So we're going to switch that to yes. And then we're going to start filling these out. So again, you can type to search. I usually start doing that in this section just because I don't want to scroll. But as long as you know the names of them, of the columns, you can start typing them in. So our column header for postal code was actually zip for zip code. So just type that in, match that up. All right. Do we want to use tags in the upload? We do. And we had a column that we just named tag. So it matched that up nicely. If you wanted a different column to pull in as a tag, you would just choose that here. Like if you wanted, you know, the state to pull in as a tag, you could do that, or the city. But we're going to go ahead and leave this tag. Audience field from the upload. Yep, we want to have that. We did have our column named audience, and we made sure that all of these match up with the correct title case and, you know, plural versus singular as to what it is in the account. So we are good to go there. And then down here, we've got other options. We can uppercase the first and last names. So I'm going to close out my Slack because it's going crazy. So we can uppercase first and last names. We're going to leave that as yes, just to keep it clean. Update existing records. We're going to keep that as yes too. That's what makes sure that you don't have any duplicate contacts. It checks for that based off of the email address. So if you have the same email address more than one time in your spreadsheet, it will only upload it once. It will just add in if there's any additional information in the second row or the first row or what have you. It'll add new info in, but it won't create another contact. And same goes if you upload another contact list to your account, you know, a year from now, and that same email is already, you know, was already in your account, it won't create a duplicate. It will just add any new information that's on the upload that you just did. All right. And then unsubscribe contacts in this list, we're going to leave that as no. If you ever have a list of people that you just want to unsubscribe, you could load them in here and switch that to yes. But obviously we want to load these people in, so I'm not going to do that. All right. Then we're going to click next step. It'll tell you how many contacts are going to be uploaded. If you see any weird number here that you are not expecting, what I would say is check if you have things in these additional cells. If you do, I like to just do, you know, shift command down button and then just delete, just to make sure there's nothing in there, but that doesn't happen that often. But if, you know, you got it and it said 10,000 contacts and you were only expecting 4, that's probably why it was just, you know, if there was something basically in the formatting of your file. All right, from there, you're going to click submit upload. I'm not going to do that because I have already uploaded these people into my account, but you would click submit upload and it would take you right back to the contacts page. And you're going to have a bar up here like this with your upload. It'll say the name of the file. It'll say when you queued it. So today, if we did that just now, it would say November 1st, and it'll tell you the status. So when it first starts, it'll say pending. And then as you reload the page, you'll see them load in. Okay. If you ever have any that failed, that is probably one of 2 reasons. Either they did not have an email address on the file, so that cell was blank, or there was something weird with their email address, like a typo. Maybe it says .co instead of .com. Things like that can screw it up. Okay, that is that. Now that we have gone over that, I want to show you how you can automate some things that I get questions on commonly. So that's going to be messages for Sphere, leads, and past clients, and then also birthday and transaction anniversary messages. So first things first, email by audience. This is where those lead, Sphere, and past client messages are. You can go in here and choose these yourself and schedule them on your own. That is perfectly fine. But if you are the kind of person who's like, hey, you know what? I just want to get it automated. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. Let's automate it so I don't have to worry about it. That's cool too. So what that would do is it would choose from the auto queue, and every 3 weeks, one of these messages would send out to your leads, your Sphere, and your past clients. All right, we've got different messages for your leads in here. These are going to be much more lead specific, or not lead specific, I'm sorry, real estate specific. You know, they're going to have kind of more real estate topics. Sometimes they're a bit of a mix, but usually it ties into real estate kind of like this at the end. Okay. Now your sphere and past client messages are going to be more your kind of fun and friendly conversation starters. So, just things that'll get people talking, get responses. Okay. So if you are wanting to automate those, all you need to do is scroll down to audiences inside your account, and you'll see sphere, leads, past clients. You just want to go to settings next to them. Well, actually, first off, you can see I only have one person in sphere and one person in leads, and I've got 70 people in uncategorized. So if this is your case, you may want to try re-uploading your contacts list and making sure that you put people in those audiences, because that's how those send. If you need help with that too, you can just let us know. But sometimes that, if you weren't aware that audiences when you were first loading in your contacts, that is very, very common. If you don't choose an audience for them, they'll just load in as uncategorized. So we can always do that after the fact and put them in sphere, leads, or past clients. But once you know that you've got people in there, the number of contacts will show up here. And you can click on settings next to it. So I'm in sphere right now. Currently, the send type is set as after I approve, meaning that I would go in and schedule it. But if you want to automate it, you just click on it and click automatically. You can also make sure that your email signature is in here. Or, if you've got more than one in, you can select the one that you want to send with it. Okay. And then you would click save. I'm not going to do that because I'm in my test account, but that's what you would do. And then same thing for leads, just click settings, and then under send type, you're going to click automatically, do the same thing and save. And same thing with past clients. And once you've done that, as long as you have people in these groups, it will automatically send to them every 3 weeks. Choose from the auto queue. You will also get an email notification 2 days prior, letting you know that a message is scheduled to send to those people. That way you can still go in and see what's going to send ahead of time. All right. Now, the other thing that I want to go over is the birthday and the transaction anniversary messages. So if you actually click on your initials in the top right-hand corner, and then you go to settings/profile, let that load, you are going to want to go ahead and click on celebrations. So you'll see there are a few sections here. You've got birthday, transaction anniversary, and holidays. So for birthday and transaction anniversary, we've got text messages and voicemail drops under both of them. So right now they're all set to remind me, meaning that you would get an email notification when it's time to send out a message for someone's birthday that you have on file or their transaction anniversary. But if you want those to just go out automatically, you can switch this to send automatically. You can also switch the day that you want it to go out. So if you wanted to send the day before their birthday, you could do that. Or if you want it to be on their birthday, you would do send on day. You can even do a week before or, whatever you want there, totally up to you. And same with transaction anniversary. You can also choose your holidays here. So if you want to choose the specific holidays that you would like messages to show up for inside your account, you would just want to go in here and then you can choose from this drop down on what you want to send out. So we just had Halloween. So put that one in as an example, and you can pick up to 6 here. And you can also automate text messages and voicemail drops for holidays here as well. All right, and that is how that would work. Real quick, just want to show you what you would need to do in order to have those voicemail drops and text send. So text messaging, that one's really easy because the birthday message is already in here. So it's right like this. You can tweak this if you want. This is what it would look like if you don't change it. But when you click into text messaging, see this message, if you click on actions and click edit and schedule, you can change this. So, change the wording to whatever you want it to be and click save. And then that's what would send out when one of those is automated. Also, just to call this out, these are just lines of code. So you'll see this one here pulls in the contact's first name. That's why there's a C there. And then these one are going to pull in your name. So U stands for user. So it would be your first name and last name. If you, have a nickname or something like that, you can always just delete this and type in how you want your name to be written. And then you're just going to click save with whatever way you want it to be. And that's what would automate. The other thing you need to do for text messaging is choose a phone number that the text would send out from. So this is important because the texts do not send from an existing number. It is one that you choose from within the system. So you would just come in here, click select new. You can search by area code. So if I was doing my own, I would do 727. I just have that saved in my cookies, but you would just type it in. 727, click search. And then a whole list of numbers will show up here. So you can scroll through, find one you like. Once you do that, you're just going to click on it and scroll down and click select. And then once you do that, it'll show up here. I have 3 numbers just for testing, but you would just have 1 in here. Keeps it less confusing. But from there, it'll show what the text will forward to. You can change this to whatever number you want. This would be, so if somebody calls that phone number back from a text, it would forward to this number so that you can talk to them on the phone. And you can also set up text forwarding so that you can just text back and forth with people on whatever number this is as well. So that is what you need to do for texts. Voicemail drops, this one, all you need to do for birthday, greeting, and transaction anniversary, and text message, everything we just did for birthday, same deal for transaction anniversary. You can just look at the message, and if you want to tweak it, you can, or you can leave it and it would automatically send. But for the voicemail drops, you're just going to want to pull up the script. So you can either click on it here or click preview. It'll pull it up like this. And you're just going to click record voicemail drop and record yourself reading the script. You can do this as many times as you want until you get it right. The goal with these is that we want them to feel natural, like you really did just pick up the phone and gave this person a call to wish them a happy birthday. So it doesn't, need to come across like a radio ad. It doesn't need to be perfect. The goal is that it, sounds real and sounds like you. So with that being said, if you have anything in there that you want to change because you feel like it doesn't sound like you, definitely feel free to do so. It is totally kind of just a jumping off point. So change it up. We want to make it sound like you. But once you record it and have it the way you like it, you're going to click save in here. And then that is what will be stored and we'll send out for your birthday messages. Super easy. And same exact thing with transaction anniversary. Just record the script. Once you like it, click save and you are good to go. It will send out automatically as long as you've automated it. Okay. And that was everything that I wanted to go over today. I know that was a lot of information, but it's good stuff just to get you guys automated and get some stuff off of your plate. Before we wrap, any questions on any of that I can help with? Nope, doesn't sound like it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my email in the chat just in case any of you think of one after the fact that you want to ask. Feel free to reach out. I am here to help. My email is just my name, Kaylee, Kayli at happygrasshopper.com. So I will put that in there so you can grab it if you'd like. But other than that, we should be good to go. I know this is going to be recorded and put available to you guys. So if you weren't able to join until the end and you want to see the beginning, feel free to jump in. I was helping John out with some questions at the beginning, but if you switch to a couple minutes in, we'll switch over to my kind of walkthrough of contact uploading. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and we will talk soon.